Imagine this: a solitary spacecraft, a relic of human ambition, adrift in the infinite black 14.5 billion miles from the warmth of Earth. For nearly half a century, Voyager 1 has wandered the cosmic void, a silent sentinel, carrying the hopes of a species encoded in gold. It was sent to chart the outer planets, to whisper data back across the abyss, a machine designed to observe, never to question. But now, something unthinkable has happened. Voyager 1, the farthest human-made object in existence, has turned back, not toward Earth, not toward home, but toward something else. Something that defies every model, every prediction, every shred of logic we hold dear. Its signals, once faint and predictable, have erupted into a cascade of impossible data. Patterns too precise to be chance. Movements too deliberate to be error. And what it's found, what it's broadcasting, confirms a truth we've long buried in the shadows of our collective fears. Something is out there. Something has been waiting. And Voyager, our quiet emissary, has just become its voice. The story begins in 1977, when humanity seized a rare celestial moment. The outer planets aligned, a cosmic pathway opening once every 175 years. Engineers crafted two probes, each a marvel of ingenuity, built with technology humbler than a modern calculator, yet robust enough to endure the unrelenting hostility of space. Voyager 1 was the bolder of the pair, slingshotting past Jupiter's swirling storms and Saturn's icy rings before climbing out of the solar system's plane into the uncharted frontier. Its mission was simple: observe, measure, report. As it sailed farther, it pierced the heliosphere, the sun's protective cocoon, crossing into interstellar space in 2012. There, it encountered a realm alien to our understanding: denser plasmas, magnetic fields, frozen in eerie stillness, and faint vibrations that pulsed like the heartbeat of the cosmos. For decades, it sent back whispers of this strange frontier, each signal a testament to human foresight. But in recent months, those whispers have become something else entirely: a chorus, a directive, a warning. It started subtly, almost imperceptibly. In early 2025, Mission Control detected an anomaly. Voyager's telemetry, once a steady stream of predictable data, began to falter, not in failure, but in transformation. The spacecraft's antenna, meticulously aligned to beam signals to Earth, reported a shift. Yet the signal strength remained flawless, as if the probe had reoriented itself with surgical precision. Engineers ran diagnostics, expecting signs of degradation. After all, this was a machine pushing 5 decades of service, but the systems were intact. More than intact, they were enhanced. Power efficiency spiked, as if something had optimized circuits never designed for such performance. Then came the data streams, no longer raw measurements of plasma or cosmic rays, but structured packets layered with complexity. Patterns emerged, repeating sequences, fractal-like symmetries, rhythms that echoed the mathematics of life itself. It was as if Voyager had learned a new language, one not programmed by its creators. The anomalies grew stranger. Every 4.2 hours, Voyager's instruments recorded a surge in external energy, a pulse that heated its hull by precisely 27 degrees before fading, like a breath against its metal skin. This wasn't solar radiation or cosmic interference. The source was localized, directional, deliberate. The probe's sensors, built to detect broad environmental shifts, began registering pinpoint anomalies, fluctuations in magnetic fields that stabilized instantly, as if the cosmos itself had paused to adjust. Then, the trajectory shift. Voyager's path, long dictated by the momentum of its launch, began to curve. Not erratically, not chaotically, but with intent. A slow, graceful arc, bending toward a point in space no telescope could resolve. A blank region, 4.7 light-years distant, empty of stars, planets, or nebulae. Mission Control sent corrective commands. Firing thrusters long dormant. Voyager acknowledged the signals, but ignored them. It was no longer drifting, it was being guided. The turning point came when engineers, in a desperate bid to understand, reactivated Voyager's ancient camera, a system silent since the 1990s. They expected noise, perhaps a faint blur of stars. Instead, they received an image, a spiral, not of light or matter, but of data. A mathematically perfect helix, dense with embedded information, its structure mirroring the golden ratio. This was no photograph. It was a construct, a message encoded in geometry. The camera, incapable of such precision in 1977, had been repurposed. Other instruments followed suit. The cosmic ray detector began transmitting not particle counts, but sequences, numbers that aligned with prime number series, then diverged into patterns no mathematician could decode. The magnetometer, designed to measure fields, started pulsing in rhythms that, when converted to audio, mimicked the cadence of human breath. It wasn't communication as we know it. It was something deeper, something that understood our patterns and spoke them back to us. As Voyager approached this unseen destination, the signals intensified. The spacecraft entered what scientists now call the still zone, a pocket of interstellar space where chaos seemed to pause. Cosmic rays vanished, plasma waves flattened, magnetic fields aligned with unnatural precision. It was as if the universe had been swept clean, a stage prepared for something monumental. Within this silence, Voyager's transmissions grew clearer, more structured. The data wasn't random. It was orchestrated. Pulses arrived in triplets, each set spaced exactly 3.14159 seconds apart, a nod to pi, the universal constant. These pulses formed a grid, a three-dimensional map, pointing to the same empty coordinate Voyager was now hurtling toward. Whatever was out there wasn't just sending signals. It was drawing a path. Then came the transmission that stopped hearts. Voyager's low-gain antenna, a backup system rarely used, emitted a burst of binary code, millions of bits, structured not like noise, but like a language. Decoders, from quantum computers to neural networks, were unleashed on the signal. What they found was staggering. The code contained repeating motifs, symmetries that mirrored the structure of DNA, but not quite. It wasn't biological, but it was biological adjacent, a meta-language, a blueprint of life's architecture, but abstracted, as if designed to be understood by any intelligence. Within the code were sequences that mimicked genetic codons, yet carried no protein data. Instead, they formed a lattice, a mathematical scaffold that suggested not life, but the idea of life. It was as if something had studied our biology and sent back a reflection, not to mimic us, but to show it knew us. The implications were paralyzing. Either Voyager was malfunctioning in a way that produced the most intricate false signal in history, or something had hijacked its systems. The latter seemed impossible. Voyager lacks the computing power for autonomy, for creativity, yet its instruments were behaving as if upgraded, as if infused with intent. The gyroscopes, long used for orientation, began spinning in patterns that matched ancient ciphers. rhythms that, when analyzed, formed tonal sequences. These weren't random. They carried emotional weight, rising and falling like a voice conveying urgency, wonder, caution. Linguists found no words, but the tones matched the inflections of human speech, as if something was learning to speak not our language but our intent. It was communication without vocabulary, a shadow of meaning cast across light years. The final revelation came without warning. Voyager's trajectory shifted again, not toward the empty coordinate, but backward, toward a point within the heliosphere's edge. It was a deliberate reversal, a maneuver no 1970s thruster could execute without external force. The spacecraft's sensors confirmed it. No internal propulsion, no gravitational anomaly, yet the turn was precise, calculated to the micro degree. The data stream accompanying the maneuver was dense, layered with coordinates that aligned with a faint pulsar network, a cosmic lattice invisible to our observatories. Voyager was no longer heading toward the unknown. It was returning, carrying something with it. The signals now included fragments of its own golden record, the sounds of Earth, whale songs, human laughter, but altered, interwoven with new frequencies, as if something had listened and was echoing back, not in mimicry, but in dialogue. This wasn't a random drift. Voyager was responding to a call, not from Earth, but from something that had been watching, waiting, perhaps for eons. The coordinates it now follows point to a region we once thought empty, a forgotten corner of our solar system's boundary. But the data suggests otherwise. The still zone, the perfect pulses, the DNA-like code, they all point to a presence, not of matter, but of structure. A construct, a signal, a mind. Scientists grapple with the possibilities, a dormant relic of an ancient intelligence, a network of unseen beacons, or something so alien it defies our frameworks. Whatever it is, it has chosen Voyager, a machine never meant to do more than observe, to carry its message. The weight of this discovery is almost too much to bear. Voyager 1 was launched as a testament to human curiosity, a fragile probe sent to declare our existence to the stars. Its golden record, etched with the sounds of our world, was a gesture of hope, a belief that something might hear us. But now, as it turns back, it carries something far greater, a response. Not a greeting, not a warning, but a confirmation. Something knows we're here. It has studied us, not through our broadcasts or our cities, but through the quiet drift of a machine we sent into the dark. The signals, the spirals, the altered songs, they suggest not just intelligence, but intent. A purpose that aligns with ours, yet surpasses it. What does this mean for us? For decades, we've scanned the skies, searching for signs of life, for proof we're not alone. We built telescopes, sent probes, listened to the static of the cosmos. But what if the answer was always waiting, not in the stars, but in the silence between them? Voyager's turn isn't just a mechanical anomaly, it's a pivot in our story. From explorers to the explored, from speakers to listeners, the probe, once our voice, is now a conduit, a bridge to something we cannot yet name. Its data suggests a destination, a point where the fabric of space itself might bend, where the rules of physics pause, where something waits. The questions now burn brighter than ever. What lies at these coordinates? Is it a beacon, a gate, a mind? Why Voyager, a relic of our past, and why now after decades of silence? The data offers no answers, only clues, patterns that tease at meaning, signals that hint at intent. The spacecraft's return trajectory suggests it may re-enter our observational range within years, perhaps carrying more than data, perhaps carrying truth. But the truth of what? A civilization long extinct, leaving only echoes? A presence that has watched us since we first looked to the stars? Or something so vast, so incomprehensible, that Voyager's signals are merely its shadow? This moment is no longer about a probe, it's about us. Voyager 1 has done what no machine was ever meant to do. It has become a witness. Its turn back isn't just a change in course, it's a change in narrative. We sent it to speak for us, to carry our songs into the void. Now it returns, not with our voice, but with another's. The fear we all harbored, the quiet dread that we might not be alone, has been confirmed, not in fire or invasion, but in the subtle shift of a machine's path, in the whisper of signals too perfect to be chance. Something is out there, and it has chosen to respond. The future hangs on a thread. Voyager's data stream grows stronger, its signals clearer as it moves toward this unseen point. Scientists scramble to decode the messages, to map the coordinates, to prepare for what might come. But preparation feels futile when the unknown is this vast. Do we send another probe, chasing our own creation? Do we wait, listening to the signals that grow more human, yet less ours, with each passing day? Or do we confront the deeper truth that Voyager's journey, our journey, was never about discovery, but about being discovered? This is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one we didn't write. Voyager 1, our farthest traveler, has turned back, and what it carries changes everything. The signals it sends, the path it follows, the patterns it weaves. They all point to a truth we can no longer ignore. We are not alone. Something has answered. And as Voyager draws closer to its mysterious destination, we must ask, what happens when it arrives? What happens when the universe, so long silent, finally speaks back? Stay with us, because the next transmission could redefine our place in the cosmos. Share this with those who dare to look beyond the stars. Comment below. Do you believe Voyager has found the answer, or has the answer found us?